YouTube, what's going on? I'm back here. One more video tonight. It is Saturday night, and just got uploaded a little Matchbox super fast video. I found just a little bag today of 5 of them, and I think there was another thing or two in that video. The Shelby Collectibles Mustang. This video is going to be a big change of pace from that. This is the stuff I'm more into. This is the type of stuff that is the main focus of my collection, and it's really where I put the emphasis. Detailed premium diecast, and whether it's Auto World or Greenlight or Johnny Lightning, or getting into stuff like this, you can't get an Aston Martin from Greenlight, so I go the direction of Kyosho. And so that's what we're looking at here. It is an Aston Martin V12 Zagato, and really is a beautiful car. Now this is 1:64 scale. I apologize if my camera is failing. It doesn't know how. It gets overwhelmed with the beauty of these little cars when it gets too close. Anyways, just a beautiful car, beautiful lines. The color is awesome. These are available usually with 3 different colors. And yeah, as a matter of fact, I have the card here. I really don't want to show it because it'll screw up the focus, but these are the 3 colors it's available in: red, blue, and silver. I definitely think the blue is the right color. It's the only color that I had to choose from. The Toy Pimp's cabinet is looking pretty thin as far as Kyosho goes. He has a lot of other good stuff, but I think I've scooped up most of his Kyosho stuff, and I know I'm not the only one that has, because I've seen a lot of Kyosho stuff there that I've wanted to pick up, and I say, well, I'll grab this one next time, and then I go back and it's gone. So anyways, a great car, great detail. It's a great roller. One of the things with these cars that you run into, I'm not going to spend a whole bunch of time on it, but this one here is, oh shoot, another highly detailed Kyosho model, Toyota 86. It's very highly detailed. It's very well done, but it doesn't roll for whatever reason. I don't know if it's just this particular one or if it's the way the model is with the wheels. They just, whatever the case is, it's just turns out to be a static display, which is not a big deal for me because that's all they are anyways. But with that being said, I really do like my cars to roll. This car rolls. It rolls great. There's no issues with it. Doesn't make any funny noises like some of them. I've got a GTR that rolls, but it makes a little noise. Alright, so the rest of this video, I'm going to try to make this kind of quick. I'm getting pretty tired. Is going to be premium diecast Porsche. This is a Malibu diecast casting. It is 1:64 scale. They specialize in 1:87 scale. They did, you can see it's got fingerprints all over it. It cleans up really nice. But they did a little run of Hollywood cars. They did this. This is from Top Gun. This is the car Kelly McGillis drove. They did the Time Machine. They did the Chevy C10 from Dazed and Confused. They did the Plymouth GTX from Tommy Boy. All of those, they actually did the Trans Am too from Smokey and the Bandit. They all seem to be 1:55 scale. This one does not. It seems to be spot on. So really cool little car. I mean, you've got insert lens headlights, tail lights, separate bumpers, close to prototypical wheels. I don't know if I would go so far to call them prototypical, but it's a great attempt at a prototypical wheel. So all in all, it's a great piece. I don't know who else casts this car in this scale. I don't know if there's anybody else that does. You don't see a lot of those. Another premium detail Porsche. I'm not going to tell you the brand yet. I can tell you this is not Kyosho, which, looking at it, I don't think I would guess it to be Kyosho. Maybe I would. My first guess, if I didn't know any better, on this car would be Auto Art. But it's not Auto Art. This is actually made by Mini Champs. And they do great work, not going to lie. Some of the most detailed cars you'll find in the scale, they just don't do a lot. And that's one of the things that makes Kyosho so great, is that they do such great work, such great quality and great detail, but they also have a relatively good catalog of cars to choose from. Not so much the case with Mini Champs, not so much the case with Auto Art, at least not in 1:64 scale. Now in some of the larger scales, Auto Art and Mini Champs are going to have an awesome selection. Just not in this scale. So one more time as this spins around, look at these side view mirrors. You never see this with die cast in this size. Those are actual mirrors. So a very cool car. Another thing too, I don't know if I'll be able to get it to show up on camera, but the dash on this thing, the cluster, is just some of the most ridiculous detail that I've seen in a car this scale. So anyways, that's a Mini Champs. The last five here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. The last five are going to be all Kyosho. Starting with this is a 911 GT2 RS. So this is a car that Hot Wheels actually brought out at one point. And then I think they actually brought it out twice because I think they retooled it. You can see with this one, it's an awesome car, awesome color, awesome detail, carbon fiber hood, prototypical wheels. But as it spins around here, the front driver side tire is wrong. That is a rear tire. Somehow they put a rear tire on the front. And I don't know if it came that way from the factory. These are not, they don't come factory sealed. I guess I shouldn't really say they don't. They do, but if any of you collect vinyl figures, like Funko vinyl figures, not the pop, not those ones, but the smaller ones, they'll be, same thing with these cars. There'll be a box that'll have inside of it 12 smaller boxes with one car in each box. It'll be a 12 car set, so the box will have the entire set, all 12 cars. But the boxes are all the same, so you don't know, if you were just to pull one box out and buy one box with one car, you don't know which car you're going to get. All you know is you're going to get one of the 12. So what the suppliers do, like Japan Booster, is they will open the cars and label them, and then they will sell them as, you know, whatever the car is, rather than selling them as blind boxes. So that's kind of a long story for all that, probably unnecessary, but my point is I don't know if that tire issue came from Kyosho or if it came after the fact. So moving along, another Kyosho Carrera GT. Beautiful car here. This car, you know, for being a Kyosho and having the amount of detail that it does, I'm a little bit bugged by this car. Come on, let's focus, camera. It's not that difficult. Focus on the Porsche. It very much has a Matchbox look to it. So I don't know if that's I think that's probably more of a compliment to Matchbox than a knock on Kyosho, because the detail in this thing is just amazing. And it just goes to show that Matchbox does nice cars when they want to. But this thing is sweet. I'm just not a big fan of the color. And I have to say, too, in person, it looks a million times nicer than it does here on camera. But one thing I wanted to point out with this car is the headlights. Yes, they're transparent lensed headlights, but they're not just lens headlights. Look at what is inside the lens. You actually have headlights inside the lens. So it goes to show you the amount of detail that gets put into these cars. So the next one I want to show is this 911 Speedster. I really want to get this, the hard top of this car. I think it's kind of gotten up there a little bit in price, but man, this thing is just awesome looking. Look at the wheels. Those wheels are pretty dope. A lot of awesome detail with this car. So there's that one. A couple more here. This is probably my favorite Kyosho Porsche, at least in my collection. Or at least it was until tonight. This is a 911 RS. It's a 911 RS 993. Just an awesome little car. Great detail with the spoiler, the wheels, the lines of the car, the sculpting detail. But, you know, really what Kyosho does that really no one else does other than Tomica is they get the proportions of the car correct. They also get the stance correct. And that's something that a lot of companies have big issues with. Johnny Lightning struggles with that a lot. Greenlight struggles with that a lot. Not all the time, but a lot of times. The Greenlight Nissan GTR is a perfect example of a nice casting that has stance issues. They didn't get that car right. The stance is just so wrong on that car. And one of these days, I've shown it in a video before, but now that I have the Tomica Limited Vintage GTR, as well as the Kyosho and the Greenlight, and I think I have another one too. I feel like I'm missing one, but I want to bring them all out and take a close look at all of them, just to show how much nicer the TLV is than all the rest. Kyosho's not too far behind though. These guys really do make nice die-cast in this scale. So the latest addition to the Porsche Kyosho collection is this here, 911 RS. This one is, I can't read that, it's a little small. 911 RS 964. I think I got the right color too. Now, I have the new Tomica Limited Vintage Porsche on the way, the blue one. So when that shows up, I'm going to do a little comparison video. I think the TLV is going to be noticeably nicer. You know, people always say that with TLV. When I got the Konami Honda Prelude, somebody told me wait until the TLV Prelude comes out. It's not even going to be close. And I think it was. I think it was close. I think the TLV was definitely noticeably nicer. But there were things about the Konami that I liked a lot better. But we'll see what happens when the Prelude SI comes out. That's another TLV I have on the way. I have, I think, 7 Tomica Limited Vintage cars on the way to me. I've got another small pile of Konamis and some other oddball stuff. So, but it's probably going to be next weekend before I get that stuff. So this is the last car of this video. So when that stuff shows up, I will definitely be on the channel showing it. I actually really like this car. I don't know why, because it's totally not my thing. And I'm not a fan of the Shelby collectibles. At least not the 1:64 scale. Their 1:18 scale stuff looks sick. I mean, I've seen that stuff at the stores, and it's like, it's really impressive looking stuff. I just don't collect that scale. If I collected 1:18 scale, I would have at least 3 or 4 Shelby collectibles. They did a Golf GT40 that was, it came out around Christmas. It was, it may not have been Golf licensed, but it was the colors, the light blue and the orange. But they did one that was like weathered and dirty and dusty. It was like a post-race version of the car. They do some sick stuff. They don't impress me in this scale. You know, the opening doors, this particular casting actually looks really good. But usually their doors are all jacked up, or the tampos on the doors won't line up with the car. They just usually don't look that good. This one here I think looks really good. Probably, I mean, this might even be the nicest looking late model Mustang I have. I have a couple of pretty nice looking green lights, but I've got a couple of nice Auto Worlds too. That might be another video. I really do think I like this one more than all of those. And this one, you know, I showed this in the last video. I shouldn't spend too much time on it, but it is metal on metal, rubber tires with tread, all that cool stuff. So as I've said in every video, and I always say, not a lot of stuff to clean up. This diorama's out of control. Ended up having a family day today. We were out all day, so didn't have time to get to this. So this is tomorrow's task. Bob, if you are watching this and I haven't already texted you, I will send you pictures tomorrow before lunch. Tomorrow being Sunday. Okay? Don't think that I'm bailing on you or that I'm not interested. I want them, and I will either pay you for them or I'll get you something for them. So, and that goes for anybody else. If you guys found Kajillions, let me know. Bob is the only one who has found them and taken them home and sent me pictures of them. So anybody else that wants to do that, let me know. You want a White Lightning or 2, or a Green Machine or 2, or 1 of each, or whatever. You know, maybe you want 5 of them. Find me some Kajillions, and we'll talk turkey. All right. So as always, thank you for checking out the video. I probably won't be back on here till Friday or Saturday of next week. So, and you know what? if that's the case, that's a good thing, because I'm on making these videos way too much. I really shouldn't be doing more than one a week, but I can't help myself. I love diecast. So, you all have a good night. Have a good rest of your weekend, and I will holler at the next video.